Now another type of question comes in this chapter is calculation of closing capital, calculation of profit, calculation of opening capital. So we are going to solve such type of question. For solving those questions there are three formulas, although they are interrelated. So this is accounting equation you have studied yet till now. So capital is equal to assets minus liabilities. When I say liabilities means here outside liabilities. Now if you want to calculate closing capital, then closing capital you will reach opening capital less drawings plus additional capital plus profit during the year. If there is a loss during the year, then it will be deducted. So closing capital can be calculated by this formula, right? Now if question asks you to calculate profit, then what you will do is closing capital minus opening capital plus drawing less additional capital. This is nothing but just this, I have used this equation, right? So I'm taking one by one questions. Illustration 1, it says if the capital of a business is rupees 70,000 and liabilities are of 40,000, calculate the total assets. So assets, total assets, accounting equation, assets equal capital plus liabilities. Capital is given, liabilities is given. So capital plus liability 70,000 plus 40,000, 1,10,000 is a total assets. Now it's very easy. Now next question is, from the following information calculate the total assets of the business. Capital is given for 4 lakh, creditor is given 3 lakh, revenue earned during the year, revenue means profit. Revenue earned during the period is 7,50,000, expenses incurred during the period is 2 lakh, value of unsold stock is 2 lakh. They ask you to calculate total assets. So total assets can be calculated by using the liabilities plus capital plus profit. So liabilities they have given you, capital they have given you, and profit, that is revenue earned during the year. On the basis of this you can calculate the amount. So the profit, revenue earned during the year and expenses incurred this period. So profit can be calculated, this revenue 7,50,000 minus expenses 2 lakh. So profit is 5,50,000. How this comes? This is revenue minus expenses. So 12 lakh, total asset is 12,50,000, which includes the closing stock, that is unsold goods 2 lakh. There is no use of using this value of unsold stock because question asks about the total assets. Now next question is, A commenced his cloth business on 1st April 2018 with a capital of 30,000. On 31st March 2019 his assets were 50,000 and liabilities were 10,000. Find out his closing capital and profit earned during the year. So first of all we will calculate the final capital, that is closing capital. We will use this total asset equal capital plus liability. So total asset at the end is given 50,000, liabilities are given 10,000. So closing capital is 50,000 minus 10,000, that is 40,000. Now profit. For profit, closing capital minus opening capital. No drawings is given, no additional capital is given. So we will use that formula. Profit equal closing capital minus opening capital plus drawings minus additional capital. This one. opening capital minus drawings plus additional capital, closing I'm talking about profit right now. So profit will be calculated closing capital minus opening capital plus drawings minus additional capital. So in this question there is no drawings and additional capital, so profit equal closing capital minus opening capital, 40,000 minus 30,000, the 10, so the resultant balance is 10,000. This 10,000 is a profit for the year. Now next question is, X has following assets and liabilities as on 31st March 2019. Determine his capital. Determine his capital. So cash 25,000, bank 47,500, debtors 18,000, creditors plant and machinery, building, furniture, bills receivable, bills payable. So they ask you to following assets and liabilities. So determine his capital. So assets equal liabilities plus capital, or capital for capital equal assets minus liabilities. So assets, you will choose all the assets. Cash is an asset, bank is an asset, debtor is an asset, creditor is not an asset, it's a liability, plant and machinery is an asset, building is an asset, furniture is asset, bills receivable is an asset, bills payable is a liability. So all the assets will be added less creditor plus bills payable, that is liabilities, and you will solve this equation and you will get to know the capital. Now next is calculate total liabilities if owner's capital in the beginning is 60,000, creditor at the end is 50,000, revenue during the period is 70,000, expenses during the period is 65,000, and also calculate amount of owner's capital at the end. Owner's capital at the end means closing capital, owner's capital at the beginning means opening capital. So total liability can be calculated as total liabilities owner's capital at the end plus creditors. So 65,000 so first of all we will calculate owner's capital at the end. So owner's capital at the beginning plus revenue minus expenses. So at the beginning 60,000, this is the balance is given, and 60,000 at the beginning plus revenue plus profit. So profit can be calculated by revenue minus expenses. So revenue during the year is 70,000 plus 70,000 minus expenses incurred during the year 65,000. After calculating this, you got to know that the owner's capital at the end is 65,000. Now total liability is equal to owner's capital at the end plus creditor. So owner's capital is 65,000, we have calculated here, plus 50,000 or creditor at the end is given. So total liability is 1,15,000. Total liability is 1,15,000. Now next question is, X started business on 1st April 2018 with a capital of 50,000 and a loan of 25,000 taken from Y. During 2018-19, he had introduced additional capital 25,000 and had withdrawn 15,000 for personal use. On 31st March, his assets were 1,50,000. Find his capital as on 31st March 2019 and profit made or loss incurred during the year 2018-19. So closing capital, formula is closing capital, closing assets minus closing liability. So closing assets, they have given 1,50,000, and liabilities at the beginning which is not yet paid, so it is also at the end. So loan of 25,000 is a liability. So 1,50,000 minus 25,000, 1,25,000 is a closing capital. Now for profit calculation, closing capital plus drawing minus additional capital minus opening capital. So closing capital has been we have calculated 1,25,000. Drawing given in the question is 15,000. Additional capital introduced during the year will be deducted minus 25,000, and opening capital given in the question is 50,000 minus 50,000. This is 65,000. That is a profit during the year. Now on 31st March 2019, total, I'm reading this question. On 31st March 2019, the total assets and external liabilities were 1 lakh and 3,000 respectively. Total assets and external liabilities. During the year, the proprietor had introduced additional capital 10,000, had withdrawn 6,000 for personal use. He made a profit of 10,000 during the year. Calculate the capital as on 1st April 2018. They're asking opening capital. So first of all, we calculate the closing capital. Closing capital equal closing assets minus closing external liabilities. So closing assets are given 1 lakh and liabilities are 3,000. 1 lakh minus 3,000, 97,000. Now opening capital equal closing capital plus drawings minus additional capital and minus profit. So we will get the answer of opening capital. One more question. Surendra Mohan started business on 1st April 2011 with a capital of 7,50,000 and a loan of rupees 2 lakh taken from Punjab National Bank. On 31st March 2012, his assets were 115 lakh. Find out his capital on 31st March 2012 and profit made or losses incurred during the year 2011 and 12. This is same just we have discussed. So closing capital will be calculated on the basis of closing assets and closing liability. Closing assets, they have given 15 lakh and closing liability is the loan they have taken. So 2 lakh, 15 lakh minus 2 lakh, 13 lakhs. Profit for the year, closing capital minus opening capital, because no additional capital or no drawings during made during the year. So closing capital is 13 lakh we have calculated minus opening capital, that is 7,50,000. 7,50,000. Now the profit is 5,50,000. Now B part, if in the above illustration the proprietor had introduced additional capital of 1,25,000 and withdrawn 40,000 for personal purpose, find out the profit. Okay, on that case, closing capital we have calculated 13 lakh. Drawings they have made is 40,000 will be added, and additional capital will be deducted, and opening capital was 7,50,000 will be deducted. So the profit is 4,65,000. That's all for the day, students. Thank you very much. I have given you some question. You must solve it, and also note down all the questions in your notebook. Have a good day.